Final Pogba leave it for Rashford, he strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Look, they went for Martial! Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
All right, and welcome again, and welcome to All In All United. The why the channel? Why the channel you call this?
The expected edition.
Why the expected edition? Definitely.
Yeah, but I told you all Saturday was gonna happen today.
Yeah. Chef, and we are Phil inside tonight, right? And what I mean, we come to do, the post-mortem of definitely annihilation that we knew was coming, eh? I don't think that anybody on this panel here who had a question mark, what the outcome would have been.
Was just how much?
Just how much, just was an aggregate score of, 9 over 2 games, with that, trying to remember, it was 5-0
5-0.
Wow. And so there's aggregator 9-0. That is the golf. That is the golf in class. That is the golf in, maybe how you manage a club. I guess everything in one, it doesn't show how far we have fallen as a club. We had David Curtin inside early. David, good night, and welcome to All in All United therapy session. Right? Chef, I'm telling you, you're definitely going and experience something different after expressing and relieving, all your stress today on well, you can't even say it was stress because
I
it was expected.
That was the whole thing, bro. I was so calm. I understand now how mad people just be calm, and then go and bomb out. Yeah, that I was so clear-minded and so normal.
Right.
Nico, when you're boarding a plane, right?
Right.
When you're going from one destination to another destination, there's going to be turbulence.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter how hard you have your seatbelt strap in. There's going to be turbulence. You just got to brace yourself for the turbulence, and that turbulence came within 5 minutes of today's game today.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, seatbelt was in, but that turbulence coming. Turbulence coming.
Yeah, so guys on the outside looking in, definitely I will be steering I'll be captain of the ship going through this turbulence until ream touching, and definitely it was a turbulent one, and right now we try to smooth out the edges, right? So let me get some comments as we go forward. So Jesus, right? 4.5 per game. And they mash breaks every game, eh? Wow.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Simeon, good night, man. If I was that bad, why would they start me every game?
We'll come to that.
And we had to get into that. We'll get
into that.
Most important. John Paul, JP, hey, good night, man. Good night, bros. Making a pass through tonight. Didn't get to see the game. Hey, Hutchman, I've been honest too. I didn't get to see the whole game, but as Reem tell me, you could have seen the Everton game, and you could talk about today's game.
Yeah.
It makes a difference, right? Thank God for that. Ralph words after the game sum it up nicely. Yeah, Ralph.
Yeah.
As men on this panel say, Ralph come to uncover men. So all what he used to do and hide men and make things look like it's nice in the background.
I will say it is very, very. I will say this, and people could disagree, but I will say now, I am convinced he never came there to take the managerial position full time. He basically came to clear the way for the manager who to come to let him know, listen, waste of time.
Yeah, it's a whole clean out.
It's a clean out.
It ain't no one man, it ain't no two man, it ain't no nothing. It's a clean out. You know?
What we are gonna get this season, at the end of this season, I would say, is something we've been waiting on Manchester to do for years now.
Yeah. Whole clean out, right? David again saying Liverpool had a game playing in Anfield. I don't know. I sure what you mean by that.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I sure what you mean by that, but
Yeah. What do you mean?
Maybe we can clear it up. We can clear it up, David. Right? Simeon, my captain. What's man? And things, hey, Dream Chaser, good night, man.
This was the one that confused me.
This
was the one that confused me.
Dream Chaser, you're rushing it, eh? You're rushing it.
Because right now he's starting off with two slow centre backs, Jones and Maguire. Too slow.
Yeah. If I was Eric Bailly, I would have walked out of that real talker. I would have walked out of that stadium today, pack my bags, and tell my agent, hear what, I flying home. Call me when you find a team for me.
Yeah, that was
because I do not deserve this treatment.
I feel we could get into that one time, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, as we started, Chef, you continue because to me,
yeah.
I mean, seeing Jones ahead of Bailly.
Dan, when I saw that starting lineup today, again, and I said this personally for me, and this is frankly speaking, it don't matter the lineup we put out, we're going to get beat.
Oh yeah.
Real talk.
Oh yeah.
Real talk.
And I would
Chef, we said that multiple times, Chef. It don't matter the lineup. Liverpool.
It don't. Because here's what. There has not been one game for Manchester United team in, I dare say, since Alex Ferguson days, that we can say, watch those 11 players and say those 11 players played well. I'm talking about one game that every man who was picked played well. We will get a 2-man here. Might get a little 3-4 men. If you're lucky, maybe 5. But we always guaranteed it's going to have a couple of them who having an off game, who must be a little injured, who just not good, but getting picked all the same. It will always have somebody to spoil that pot.
Yeah.
I could also say something that's very unpopular as well too, right? Or I don't know if it's unpopular or not, but there's a gulf in quality between Alisson and David De Gea.
Yeah.
We will. Yeah. I will not lie to tell you, I am a David De Gea fan.
So am I.
But I will say this. Ralph Rangnick made a statement before this game that Liverpool and City...
David, stop it there. Anyway.
Liverpool and City has improved from the keeper go up. That says a lot. Because, let me be real, De Gea has kept us in a lot of games.
But he hasn't
a lot of games.
He hasn't
because man reflexes is out of this world. But when you watch Alisson's distribution, let's start with that.
Yeah.
When you watch his distribution, when you watch his command of the box to David De Gea, chalk and cheese.
You see, I think also that his club does encourage him to do that. Don't mind, listen, have that because you know you had the Brazilian in him, and the Brazilian in him, all Brazilian feel they're outside players. They can play outside.
Yeah.
Right? We see with Edison, we see with Alisson.
But Nico, I slightly disagree with you because Casillas at Real Madrid and Victor Valdez at Barcelona back in the day, those guys used to play out with their 4 other defenders.
Yep.
Right?
True.
Especially Manuel
Neuer as well too.
Yeah.
Right?
This boy, Oblak.
John Oblak as well. The guys Sanchez at Brighton.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys play all right. Just to go back to a little bit as to what Chef said about a couple minutes ago, as to whoever we put out, we would have got him beaten. Fair enough, right? But there's something called damage limitation, and Eric by there,
Ah,
we could hold two maybe, and I wouldn't mind that because right now you're starting off with two centre backs. But let's get back on the topic.
Yeah, so Esteban, hey, good night, man. Thanks for tuning in. Right, he's saying distributor who our players can't control the ball. You know,
maybe, yeah. Nobody's not
yeah.
disagreeing, but at the end of the day, he has to distribute the ball.
You gotta try something.
Yeah.
He has to. Whether it be long, whether it be short, he has to.
All right, so we're going back here to the Vinja, right? And we only on point with some of these questions you had asked tonight, boy. You know, good night, fellas. Sad state of affairs, yes. So who believe Pogba was injured? Ja.
Pogba was
right?
not injured.
So the question is that Pogba pull up or he pull out?
You might pull up. You might pull up after what 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
After the goal.
Because
listen to me. And this is my honest opinion of Paul Pogba. Well, it's been for a while now, but after this game, because after the last podcast, men were saying, "Wait, Chef, you're going real hard at Pogba." Today was just another day that proved to me Paul Pogba is a selfish player. Paul Pogba has no.
You really think he pull out? Pull up?
Yes.
Ralph said that he had a calf injury, and that's a recurrent calf injury that he's had for the last couple of years now. So
yes, Paul Pogba.
Maybe that is right.
Yes, Nico, I honestly believe that. This is not no nonsense. This is not no rum talk.
Yeah.
I honestly believe. Here's what I believe, right? That Pogba felt a little thing, but here's the difference with players now again to back in the days. Players back in the days would feel a little something and give it time and run it out.
Yeah, maybe put some ban on that and
bandage
on that and ban it up.
Spray that and give it some time because your adrenaline will carry it through, and then we would see about it after. Players now again, from the time them feel
something, a twinge,
them out. And here's the thing with Paul Pogba now. Paul Pogba wants to remain as fit as possible to make France team because he has to market himself to other clubs where he's going to now. So he's not taking any chance. He don't care about United. That being said, I don't want people to think I am blaming the loss on Pogba. But I will say this. I want somebody tell me now. Pogba has been with us for 5 years. One, what is the most games Pogba has played in a season? Two, when he has played, how effective has he really been? And three, people like to say that Pogba lack of ineffectiveness for Manchester United has been because of who he's surrounded with. I will counter that by saying, if I am this big player on a team, I supposed to be the man with all the skills, then I should be shining. I should be the man everybody's saying here, boy. The rest of them play nonsense, but you can see the quality in that man. Can we honestly say we see that consistently with Paul Pogba?
Yeah, the disappointing thing with Pogba and maybe the Pogba form, and I don't know if you could say his commitment to the club for this last 6 months, because the entire fan base was looking forward to Paul Pogba coming back into the team from his injury, because we were saying that with Ralph, what we're missing Pogba in this team. A Pogba in this team, and maybe this team will start to click. We will see something different, and that is something that we never saw. I think that is why maybe some of the fan base, maybe so disinterested, discontented,
Yeah.
disenchanted, with Pogba. Phil,
Nick-
was that something?
No, I was saying, and there's not Paul Pogba related, right? But how on God's green earth we start 5 defenders and still concede 4 goals? 5.
Dan, and is the type of goals.
5 goals. And Harry Maguire is responsible for at least 2 or 3 of them.
At least
And by
at,
responsible,
le-
I mean his
at least
positioning
3.
is so terrible.
Yeah. So let me get some of the comments, guys. Right? So we have Kevin Akeem Williams inside. Hey, good night, man. Maguire talking with confidence says a lot about the club. He's not being held accountable. Watch me.
Yeah.
Again, Maguire to watch himself too. Because
Can I dare say this man is the worst captain we've ever had?
the worst. And there's something we had to go into, and again, it all comes back down to Oli and his recruitment, right? Because you recruit Maguire, who is barely a leader, right? If you're looking for leaders, we go out and get a leader now. We could have signed Van Dijk. Yeah, let me say that again. We could have signed Van Dijk, and we choose to go with Maguire than Van Dijk, and give Maguire the captaincy. But anyway, let me continue with the comments. Right? Ray Ramlal, good night. It's so scary how far ahead Liverpool is, ahead of us in all aspects. Yeah.
But you know what is funny? That it sounds like, or it seems like people now seeing that, and I don't know how people now seeing that because it's been that way for a few years now.
But
What
Chef,
is it? This scoreline?
Chef, you know what? You know what, Chef? And there's what hurting me the most, right? As a United fan, Liverpool used to be having teams and they're finishing 8th and 6th and 7th. And you know when they come Old Trafford, or when we go Anfield, we had to fight like dogs.
Yep.
We can never beat them. Let me say, even if we score 2 or 3 goals.
Even at our best days, and we talking about when Manchester was Manchester, we could have never said we go in Anfield and perform them. It's gonna be a dog fight.
Yeah, and that was in their worst days.
Ask yourself over the last 3 years, have you ever looked forward to a Man United versus Liverpool fixture?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked forward to it in the last 3 years? No.
Yeah.
Because I'm lying to tell you, the fixtures that for the last, I dare say, maybe 5 or 6 years, that you don't look forward to is that City fixture and that Liverpool fixture.
No,
Look forward to Arsenal.
Right now, you look forward to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because, and most of the time, because maybe we associated with so much Arsenal fans around us, that we want to get one over them now. But in the same boat, rubbish. Right? So,
I don't even think we in the same boat,
Right? Kevin again saying, can we all admit Rashi?
Shaving cream.
Boy, I was trying not to talk about Rashford until we really get into the game, but wow.
Who, right? We get you that already, right? Simeon D here. The least of all problems.
So the thing is, Simeon, and this is what Ralph is saying. While I get you, because our keeper is really one of the better players on the team, it starts with the keeper.
Yeah.
In order for you to be a team, it starts from the back, go forward. And if we have a keeper who is shaky at times,
Chef, I feel we kind of misdirecting the term because I hear
I don't want to.
But
listen, I really don't want to be under here. But you see, there was a reason Ralph made that, I tell you, and it just happened to come up in this game because of some of these soft goals we got. That when Ralph made that statement that Manchester City and Liverpool built from keeper go forward. Like, people took that statement for granted. If it's one thing about Ralph, that man don't just say things for saying things' sake.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right, guys.
what you think? What you think the board did not hire Conte?
Yeah.
Conte speaks.
Ah,
Conte speaks his mind.
yep.
Phil, let me just take a pause for a moment.
Yeah. Who that red card? Who that red card?
Inside, boy.
Who that red card going to?
Zizuri.
The conspiracy man himself, boy.
Nice, man.
Gentlemen,
Nice,
good night.
nice.
Phil,
Yeah,
Chef,
thanks for the word
Nicole.
from the sponsor again. Yeah, man. Right? I hope
Yeah,
all
man.
see that. Let me get you some of the comments and then we go just refresh it as Reem come in. Reem, we had some real debates going on there. Bailly, Pogba, if it's pull up or pull out, you know. Definitely get into those things, right?
I'm sure Chef had something negative to say about Pogba.
Yeah, well, okay. Right? Jesus, correct. Quality on the ball is one of our misgivings. We have, I don't know, quality in that United team right now. I don't even know what that is. Right? Jerome, hey, good night, man. Nice having you on the inside, right? Men lack effort and pride, collecting nice wages and no penalty for underperforming. Since Ole. Ralph have no power. Pogba is a coward and check out for more than a month now. And I want to get back to something he's saying in here, right? Collecting nice wages, right? Because I think that a comment from Pogba he said recently, if all about talk me this week, about talk me this game, about talk me next game, but, you know,
I still get paid.
Yeah, I still getting paid, you know, both sides, you know. So again, it comes
I
back
will
to
I will say something. I will say something. My mother used to tell me when I was small, if I had nothing good to say, hush my mouth. I will just do this to that last thing. I don't want nobody say that I picking on a player. So let me hush.
right? Simeon says forget Pogba because he forget we. I ain't mad at him. Yeah.
Notice up to now, Damien say I would look.
Pogba is the best talent we had. That's why it hurts the fan base so much. Yeah?
But it's Chef now.
Could have got Koulibaly.
Yeah.
It had nobody here. It had nobody on this panel wanted to go for Maguire. None. It had Van Dijk available. We say, gosh, so we go for Van Dijk now. Ruben Diaz. Let me go for Ruben Diaz now. Wait for Maguire.
And it had men say Ruben Diaz not good enough, you know. It had men say Cancelo. It's Cancelo okay, you know. The man who is the best. I don't even know if to call him the best right back because it really don't matter where you play him, you know.
Yeah. Right, Simeon say, give me the Titanic captain before Maguire. Hey, the man just saying I agree with Chef. Ralph just out here now to make them players stand out for the crap they are, and he calling it out.
I
have a comment he make, and I want to ask something about that, right? Kevin saying he's one of the best on our team, right? I think it's Pogba talking about body here, ain't taking none of City, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Arsenal keepers' place. Not because he's one of our best players, mean he's that great part of evolving, is upgrading our goalkeeper, needs upgrading also. Well, if all they could decode that, or they could do that.
Yeah.
So then we really need to ask ourselves: is it Manchester is really doing Henderson an injustice by not giving him playing time this season?
It's hard to say that, Chef, because at the end of the day,
I'm asking.
No, I cannot say that because at the end of the day, right? When the accolades coming out, the hair gonna get played this season, no?
Of course he would.
Right?
But it goes back to what was just said, that even though he'll get player this season, then if you is the one good player in a cesspool of nonsense, it really
exactly. So you can't pick on me. You can't pick on me. Yeah, that's it. You gotta pick on everybody else. Aaron saying, good night, man. Harry Maguire, I wouldn't be playing every game.
Here
Although
now.
So
we
here
hear that
what?
Here
on
now.
that
No, no,
Here
no.
what?
Hear that
Hear
on
this.
that time.
No, no,
Whatever,
hear this now. Hear this now. No, no.
getting on it.
Nico, just go back on that comment now, please.
Let me deal with that. Let me deal with this and
Yeah,
not
because-
come back to it for the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
because here we're going, right? I saw this video. I saw a little clip, and this was the comments on the clip. And earlier, when I watched that, I don't know, I almost mashed up my laptop, you know.
Yeah.
Reem.
The
I'm not
audacity
gonna
of this man earlier, the audacity to say that it have a reason why he's still getting picked. He ain't realize that this team is the worst it has ever been in so much years, and he's the one leading the ship.
Saying,
He leading as the captain, and he leading as the worst player. And he had the audacity to talk that kind of crap on national TV.
Yo, boy, Reem, I'm not gonna lie. I almost tell Harry Maguire about your mother.
Yeah.
I say you have got to be fucking kidding me, boy. You want to do that after a Liverpool game? How dare you?
No, that was before. This was before the game.
What? This
This
before
was
the game.
before the
Oh,
game.
Yeah, this was before the game.
You want
This was
to
before the game.
before.
You see this Mr. Aaron Jones who posts this? Dan, I know you're trying to get me to cuss here, yeah? I know you. Listen, Aaron is my real brethren. And he tried to beat me here. He tried. Because he know. See that statement? Boy, this
Nah, Harry on crap.
slabhead, slow, tortoise looking. I don't know what to call him again. Boy, according to our man saying he must group, I wish I could see him by a double stand so I could pick up the bucket of roast pepper and wet him in the face with it.
Hey, JP, Guru, Henry, good night, man. He is my player, right? But I keep saying our expectations of Pogba United was too much. He's not a leader. There's no leader in the club. I can't. There is not even one.
Not one. Phil said something earlier.
Club of Manchester United stat here. Not even one leader.
Phil said something earlier, and it is the God's honest truth. You see this thing called damage limitation? A leader would pull them players together after they get the first 2 goals and say, fellas, here what? We parking bus. We're not allowing this team to embarrass us.
Not only that, let me start get close to players. Let me start let them fellas feel we.
Chef,
Let them fellas know in that game.
Here what? We willing to take a card. Let them as much coaches as tell you, the ball and the man car pass. It had to be one.
One gotta go.
One have to go.
I remember.
Tell me something, Chef. We on this panel can see for the last 2 to 3 years that Liverpool is 1, a possession team, and 2, a pressing team. Why on God's green earth would we want to go at Anfield and try the exact same thing versus Liverpool? Jesse Lingard pressing, Rashford pressing, Bruno pressing. I'm like, are you guys stupid?
And then, but you didn't know what Ralph said.
Yeah, but what kind of press that was, though?
And this is the
Ralph talk about that. Ralph talk about that after the game. That was not that they had a set game plan, and that was not the game plan.
Chef, let me read the exact words.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing first half. The goal we conceded after 6 minutes was not part of the game plan. To be that high up and to open up that much space, right? One of the biggest strengths that Liverpool has, right? So that means he going in the media and telling the media that our players IQ.
And let me tell you something. This not going on now, eh? This not going on now. That manager, I would say we could go back to Van Gaal, has talked about how he gave instructions to this team and the team consistently doing their own thing.
You saying
so what I say, boy?
Zero. And the thing about it, yes, and well, after half an hour, that maybe fatigue started coming, or after 40 minutes, I just saying that they're running down men and they make a mistake. But after 6 minutes, after
You try-
6
you try-
minutes,
you trying
your
to beat-
game plan out the window.
You're trying to beat Liverpool at their own game away from home.
Son.
But here this
There
now.
was something wrong. Go ahead, read.
Yeah, I just wanna just go back on the point that we were talking about with the captain, right? The problem with our team, what I realized, because I remember I was listening to Roy Keane, and what Roy Keane was saying is he said the first responsibility of the captain is to lead by example.
That's right.
Right? So the mere fact that we have nobody on the field leading by example, they can't tell nobody else nothing.
Correct.
You understand? Because Bruno, as vocal as Bruno is, and as much as he has been the referee is, Bruno making some of the most fundamental mistakes in the game. When Maguire costing the team, and even for the first goal we conceded today, Maguire by the halfway line, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How Maguire could now tell Lindelof or tell anybody else what to do. I remember last season.
When the coach would give specific instructions.
Exactly. I could only remember last season when Harry Maguire tried to pull up on Rashford and Rashford tell him off. That goes to show that Maguire is not no captain. So in terms of whoever had to be the captain on the team and I calling Bruno out to become not even Bruno.
Not
Right?
even Bruno.
Whoever has to be.
Let me be real. There's no. We've had this discussion on more than one occasion. But let's be real. Who we could put on that side, watch that side right now and say captain material? You know who is the man? The only man we could say that to is the man who aging and out of the team.
Because of
That is message and matter.
And that's seniority. Not really because we could depend on them. You understand?
If the first thing Eric Ten Hag must do when he comes to this club in the next couple of months
buy a captain.
Remove Harry Maguire as captain. Remove
Yeah, buy a captain. You had to buy a captain.
You had to buy a captain too. You had to buy a captain. You might have to
buy a captain.
No, we have to buy a. It's either we buy a captain or one of them youths and them who has been captain in the for the under 19 and the thing.
Olia, please, let me just talk about McTominay now.
No, we being real tonight.
No, but I really feel, I feel, and because I really not seen a captain in the team, because I not seen any player, as I said before, that could lead by example and do the right thing, right?
Do you think that is what Ole was thinking, and that is why he gave him the captaincy?
Ole could disagree with me, but I think this whole thing with Ole wanted this whole Brexit thing, and Ole wanted an Englishman to be captain. That is why he went after Harry Maguire.
But why would he want that? He's not English.
I think the club.
Well, the club.
You mean the
club? Yeah, the club. I remember Ole's a yes man, you know. So you know,
Yeah.
I think because Ole realized is only.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ole realized only when Ole come in, they start to hear us talk about Brexit and they're going after English players who hungry and this kind of thing. And then that season is Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and Daniel James we buy in them.
Yeah.
$100 and how much $1 million in it?
Because that same time, Pep said what? Pep had nothing. Pep had business about that.
No.
Pep went outside and Pep bought talent from outside. You know, so.
But then Pep, and I keep on saying this, Pep went, come one season, spend 200 million on a defense, including a keeper, and was not satisfied with it. And come the next season and spend 250 million more.
Yeah, so they get some
because that ain't good enough. Let me tell you something. The one thing I keep on, of all the things Ten Hag has said, the one thing I underline, the autonomy when it comes to transfers. You see that? Because he clearly know Manchester board like to do their own damn thing. Here what? Or you hire me, let me do my work.
Yeah. So they get some comments, right? Kevin saying, with that being said, with how Pogba gave up on the team, the best thing Maguire do for this team was that kicking. Oh Lord, let's stop it. Right, Maguire crashed the bus. Right, if Harry driving that bus, we doomed, you know. But we done doomed. But if we do again,
So when I made this statement, Just commentators noted down.
Commentators noted how Lindelof had to yell at Maguire because he had to tackle Maguire's side responsibility. Yeah. Failure.
Nico, let's talk about
Uh-huh.
Jones' selection over Bailly.
Yeah, that's how we
Yeah.
were comment on that. But let me get this comment and then we dive in
We
into that,
started
right?
on that actually.
Yeah, United fans were comparing Van Dijk to Maguire last season. Don't forget. I remember when you all were supporting Basaka. Hey, that is not you. I don't know who is you all. I had always said Ricardo Pereira. I was going with Ricardo Pereira all the time, right, Mr. Charles?
No,
So
but
Richard, get it right.
in fairness to the times we may have praised the signing, right?
Yeah.
It was when we were playing a particular way. But remember, Ollie
Yeah.
changed his
No,
style so much times.
Oli had no style.
Right. Well, he changed whatever he wanted to do so much times that the players became they worked against what he was trying to do, whatever that was.
Yeah, so I guess Reem, as you touch on it in terms of because we that kind of touch on it,
And
the
and
buy
the thing,
situation.
the thing about it too with
Mhm.
Wan Bissaka, when you watch him play right now, that boy is so devoid of confidence right
Yeah,
now.
boy. Yeah,
That
Mash up, boy.
that
Ooh, yeah, boy.
his what he normally could have relied on, even if his lack of going forward or his positional awareness, we could have still rely on his speed that would get him back in position. That gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
And let me be real. We
Uh-huh.
just point out at least 3 negatives in our right back. Lack of going forward, lack of positional awareness,
Lack of
then
confidence.
lack of confidence. So what we left with as a player, boy?
I don't know, boy. I don't know what magic can I gonna look at them fellas.
You just gotta see out the rest of the season. You just gotta see it out. That's all.
Yeah, but
This had,
what
this
can I
had,
gonna
this had
do?
to be Obia, boy. This had to be Obia.
It could be you telling me Tena gonna get rid of Dalo and Wan Bissaka. I just saying, or you gonna bring an
No,
extra
no,
right
no,
back,
no, 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 no.
or you gonna bring an extra. I wonder if Ethan Laird and them fellas will get a chance, boy.
Them fellas couldn't get a chance, I feel.
Because Ethan Laird and them fellas doing good enough.
So,
All of them fellas doing good enough.
Yeah, Laird and Ganacho could
Dan,
be back on
not-
next season.
don't say them fellas doing good. Them fellas doing real good, actually.
Hey,
It just have too much players, Manchester players, who out on loan, as well as who playing with younger divisions, who doing too good for us to say, boy, they're too young. Listen, if you could play, forget your age.
Yeah.
Give them fellas a chance.
I don't know. I feel probably it might be different under Ten Hag, but I just feel like this jersey, yeah, and there's a hope. There's a hope,
Yeah.
right? I want to say hope and expectation, right? But I mean, because you look at the history since Sir Alex Ferguson retired till now, and it is that the Manchester United jersey is a very heavy jersey to wear,
Yeah.
and bringing because look at Medjbri. Medjbri came on today and I mean he was guilty, for the fourth goal, and him and all. I don't know if he mentally ready for this level because he looked like he have a temper,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So it's easy for younger players to get exposed at this level if they're not prepared for it and let me put it like this, they're not transitioned into the first team properly. So just saying, well, hey, let me bring in Laird and let me bring in this one. Chances are we might be setting them fellas up for a heavy fall.
But at the same
Even though I think they no right. But remember the pressure on preseason and an actual league campaign different, And I'm not saying earlier don't get them
somewhere.
Yeah, right. But I'm not saying don't give them the opportunities. But what I'm saying is we can't go into next season saying, well, hey, Laird, you go ahead. We had to find a
No,
way to
that is,
properly
they had to be
filter in
managed
them
properly.
that is
Exactly.
it.
It has to be
That
managed
is
and
it.
have to be
That is
fit
it.
in the
That is it.
They have
managers.
to be
So-
managed
so-
properly.
So if it means, chef, that it's impossible, right? Because we're not gonna buy 11, 15, 20 players, right?
No,
Even
no.
I will I'll say, right? No, but
That's
the point I'm
10.
making,
That's about
right?
10.
But the point I'm making is, let me
about
just
10.
say, we able, wherever, to sign 10 players, right? Then Ethan Led will be my number one backup. You understand what I'm saying?
To who?
To whoever
to
right
one
back
of
we
the 10.
sign. Yeah, to whoever right back we sign.
That
And
will
that is
get
how
great
I think we
players
should start to fill. And this is how I would like to see us filter in the younger players. Because them fellas, as Chef said, they could them fellas showing the level. But that Manchester United jersey earlier, it have a different kind of pressure on that jersey. Especially
when you have
the
the young players, you have to manage them properly.
yeah,
You have-
and especially when the club not really run properly by.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And to me, that's the problem. That's the problem. Right? So, Aaron saying, Bissaka confidence still doesn't deserve a United jersey. Right? Bissaka is a good tackler. Right? He ain't worth the money they spent. We keep overspending on players and blaming them because they are not good. I go pin that one fair. Right? Aaron Charles saying, Ralph confirmed plans for Manchester United Revolution in the summer. There will be a rebuild here. 6, 7, maybe 10 new players will come in.
No, that's actually fun. That must
I hope
be
so.
sure.
I hope so. I hope it's
but
10
yeah,
good
but
players.
That's because
Hungry
watch how much
men.
Again.
going. No, but watch how much going. Plenty
True.
going, you know.
Then,
Yeah,
yes,
but I want more go. I want more
This is
go
not-
because plenty of the
this
fellas
is not
going
a
not
matter
playing
of-
much.
This is not a matter of maybe if men going, men contract done.
Done.
Yeah,
And
but
Manchester
chef,
not moving to resign them. So they're going.
chef, but the issue with that, right, is the players who go in is not really the ones playing, right? The only one who play in that
So-
contract
so let
is
me go.
Pogba.
Let me
Think
go.
about it.
Let me
Pogba and
go. Let me
Lingard
just-
only now start to play Phil.
Let me just count. Okay, so we have Pogba gone. 1. Lingard
Right.
gone. 2.
That's not a first team, huh?
Matic gone. 3.
Not a
Matter.
first team, huh?
Eric Bailly gone. 4.
Mata.
But we are sure about
Matter.
everybody. We are sure
Huh?
about
Nah,
everybody.
after today, Nico, you actually what buy?
No.
Yeah,
This
nah,
guy-
he gone.
No, but
Gone,
a new
gone.
coach coming in, so you telling me by you going to try to prove himself to Tenal?
No way.
Buy gone.
Bailly gone.
Nicole, I'm gonna tell
So
you
we
something,
reach-
right?
We reach Mata. Like 5.
Cavani.
I honestly don't.
Cavani.
Ronaldo.
Cavani. 6.
Ronaldo, possibly.
Ronaldo ain't going. Ronaldo will see out here.
There are reports that Ten Hag said that Ronaldo is not part of his vision for Man United.
Which is crazy, but okay. So we reach
Ronaldo
6.
want to sit on no bench.
Jones.
Jones 7.
Tony Martial.
How long Martial cover his contract again?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Martial
Tom Heaton. Kevin said Tom Heaton
Tom
too.
Heaton.
And then the next goalkeeper. What's the next goalkeeper name?
Dean Henderson.
No, not him.
No.
Lee
Grant,
Grant.
Lee Grant. But Dean Henderson
Yeah,
might go
well-
too, Phil. Yeah.
Right. So yes. So them
How much
gone
is that,
too.
Chef?
So we reach 9 actually.
I not
Right.
tell-
It's not more.
It have more,
I got asterisks over Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. I got asterisks over them.
bro. So let me look at that defense. You see, Luke Shaw,
Gone.
Wan-Bissaka.
We would
Gone.
like him to go.
Gone.
I selling them fellas and them. Fellas
Well,
gone.
Dan, I know as much as I wish it, I know Maguire gonna be there.
Man, this is all in all United. Maguire, gone. Gone. Gone, chef. No hold back. Gone.
I want to keep Lindelof.
Well, yeah. Kevin
I feel
saying
Lindelof
here.
is good.
Kevin saying here, and we even sure about Greenwood yet earlier. We are no
Dan,
about
Greenwood,
eh?
let me tell you
Oh,
something.
you
Greenwood
control
coming
that
back
side
next
Nah,
season.
you go ahead.
Greenwood coming back next season to play for Manchester.
I can tell
I'm
you
willing to bet money on that.
I can tell you my ideal starting back four if it were up to me, okay?
Yeah.
And I will put Garnacho at left back.
Garnacho?
Garnacho?
Sorry,
Oh, Fernandez.
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 Yeah. He's
Fernandez.
the So Fernandez at left back,
He bad boy.
Antonio Rudiger, Eric
Yeah,
Bailly,
yeah,
Ethan
yeah.
Laird. That's my back four there.
Well,
Done.
Rudiger don't go on UV.
Jody, stop
Nah,
it.
it's still
Nah,
open.
yeah.
It's still open. It's still
Still got
open.
hope.
Jo-
Still
Are
got
you
hope.
Just
sure?
It's still open.
wait.
Yeah.
Let me soak in this what Jody put here.
Jody banter, right?
Jody-
Banter, man.
Jody,
Jody trying to
stop
start.
it.
Yeah,
Jody,
trying to get men vexed.
Jody sniffing that gas that is used to dive our.
Jody, stop it.
Yeah, Jody trying to
Jody
gas me
behave
earlier.
But I know gas gone and Jody taking advantage of it as well too, boy.
Yeah. Jody, you're wicked.
No, but I think Varane and Rudiger gonna be a nice partnership. If once we
Yeah.
could get Varane to stay fit,
That's the next thing, and this was my problem with Rafael Varane.
yeah, Varane
From
too injury
get-go.
prone boy.
That's
I'm
the
gonna say
man
Rudiger.
injury prone though.
I'm gonna say Rudiger and Bailly don't work. Tell me why.
What's that?
I'm gonna say
I find two of them too similar, Phil. They're too similar.
I don't
Who's
know.
that?
Bailly and Rudiger. You remember you
Right.
need an aggressor and then you
I
want
put
somebody
them-
a little more
I put
composed in
two of them.
possession.
I take in two of them in my defense because
It depends on the game.
I need
It depends on the
people-
game. It
I
depends on the
need
game
people
too.
to start. I need people to start fearing my defenders again. Yes.
Bailly's composed.
Mendes watch Manchester defense and lick them.
Phil, Bailly's a
straight.
crackhead boy.
Yo,
Bailly's a crackhead boy.
I just realized though I could be a little different though. I went Real Madrid had Pepe and Sergio Ramos. Who was the aggressor? Tell me. And who was the composed one?
True.
Both of them
Oh.
were aggressors.
Imagine me going and say Sergio Ramos is the composed one in that combination. Ramos, you know. But here's the thing: the win 3 Champions League on the trot.
Yes.
I hear you.
Jody, I apologize. Yes, I guess that was definitely some form of improvement. However, I think Liverpool let's take the gas off of the pedal. They say, boy,
Yeah.
we know
Let
what
me-
they're going
Dan,
through with Ronaldo. The kind of mourning with Ronaldo. Let me mourn with them. You know,
We had-
and
But
instead of
Nico-
getting them 6, you get them 4.
Nico,
You know?
I'm gonna say
There was
something,
a-
right? I'm gonna say something. I just want to make this comment on Bailly, right? Now,
Yeah.
I feel for Bailly when I saw the starting lineup, and I feel for Bailly, right? Because I could imagine, what he probably going through his head. The fact that Phil Jones, will come in, especially in a game where you will not have much possession, right? And then somebody said, I don't know if it was Chef or Phil, where you want to instill the fear of God in them Liverpool attackers. So you need somebody aggressive on your back line, right? I was of the opinion that we would have seen Bailly there just to put some fear in them boys and them. Because when I look at Phil Jones, I don't see fear. Right? When I look at yeah, when I look at Maguire, I not feel no fear.
So you
But-
already got also the two or the 3 centre backs slow.
Exactly.
And Darwin Maguire. 2 of them slow
Yeah.
already.
And even though Bailly, as I always say, is a little bit of a crackhead, sometimes in situations like these, you need these kind of players. Because I could tell you that Ralph realized his whole plan backfired because halftime Jones didn't come out of the dugout. Right? Now we could argue that probably it was the system that failed the player. But then when you look at it, we need that aggression. We need defenders that will show an attacker, hey, you come here, I sending you somewhere. And
Yep.
I didn't get that feeling from none of my back 5 today. You understand? That was
Yeah.
a poor game. Right? Wan-Bissaka was poor. Earlier, here now. I telling you, Liverpool, I was fearful of it. Now I know plenty of people might not agree with me, but I was fearful that Liverpool would have just started toy with me today like what City do. City win 2-0,
they did.
and I think
But
that's
they did.
yeah, they did that, right?
Jordan Henderson and
No.
Jordan Henderson, Joaquin Thiago had a Thiago,
Right.
watch me, Thiago
Thiago, do
had a
it.
masterclass
What he
today,
wants.
and Thiago was walking, right?
Thiago with his slow self.
Skipping past Bruno and all this, and I'm like, good God.
But earlier, here what bother me, right? Here what bother me. All right, we fate more or less done seal. We in a mess. But what bother me is the fact that that team today didn't show no belief You understand? That team didn't show no fight, right? That team didn't show anything. And that is a concern because I am telling you, Leeds, when we played Leeds last season and we beat them 5-something, Leeds was running. The longs out as though that game was 0-0 still.
And at
they
90
had a
minutes,
chance.
it's still running.
Exactly. And I mean, all I know is not the whole run up and down hard kind of player. But where we lacking technical ability, then I need to see that kind of fight.
But
right?
then that's what we're talking about. That's what we've been saying. That when we could play teams like Norwich, that like Brent, these teams, these so-called lower teams. But here what? The teams don't give up and they don't give up one. But secondly, they know, boy, if we could just stick one goal in on this Manchester team,
Yeah, boy.
then we back in this game. Then nobody fears Manchester.
No. And the thing about it, and Jody saying, Nick, I don't think you pop that comment what Jody saying it, what Bruno say. Bruno have his pride to play for.
Correct.
You understand? Because I losing respect for Bruno game by game.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that statement that he make, I mean, he made it. I understand the context that he made it in, but I still don't agree with it. You understand? Because he and all didn't show fight. Bruno losing the ball and Bruno just training and in the air and just walking back. When Rashford lose the ball, Rashford dropping his head and rush. I don't know the state of this team on a psychological level in the dumpster. Right? And I really don't know.
You gotta
And
press
I really-
the reset button. Gotta get pressed. You gotta get.
I
press
really
button.
don't-
You think it's because of
I don't know,
this interim that Ralph has?
Dan,
Some players want to leave, some players out of contract. You know, because it has players
Men
that
don't care.
they
They
don't
just-
want to leave
They
Manchester
just
United.
don't care.
I remember, right? I was watching a
Why they don't care?
I was
They play for
watching,
one of the biggest teams in the world. How you
but
could not care?
Nico is a real thing too, because I remember I was watching a podcast, right? And this guy, what's his name again? The goalkeeper who York did tell Fergie to sign from Australia.
Is that
Fiddle?
Bosnick one of them?
Who?
Not Brad
Bosnick?
Fiddle.
No, not
As
Bradford.
Bosnick,
Bosnich.
Bosnick.
Yeah.
Right. He
with his crazy self.
he was on a podcast and he was saying, right, because he was kind of talking against the whole interim appointment of Ralph Ragnick, and he was saying that them as players, and they were, imagine at that time they were the champions, they were running the route in England, right? And he was saying it was when first time Fergie had announced he was going to retire, and he said all the players, they know Fergie wasn't going to be there next season. All them players, down tools. He said it in them. He said it. Gigs,
It's about York
Scholes,
too, you know. They say York
all them
too,
boys
they
on
say-
them.
They say York hear that Fergie leaving, get happy.
Yeah. And then, and when he was saying,
when he changed his mind.
Yeah.
You understand? York also.
and he was saying
Yeah.
when they heard Fergie U-turn with his decision to stay, them fellas and them start to scramble together, act together, because they know, well, next season this is the same man gonna be here.
Yeah.
So the kind of nonsense we was doing, it will impact on our season next season. So let me tell you something. If the board tomorrow announce Ralph Ragnick as the permanent manager, you can see a difference in this team.
Nah, boy.
I am telling you. I'm telling you.
You feel
Because them players and them
right now?
no, what I was saying, right? We I think we gone far, right? In terms of
Maybe a month ago.
Okay,
Not
fine.
now.
Fine. Because when the team is we real shot, right? So I can accept
Yeah.
that. But if they were to announce a month ago that Ralph Ragnick is the permanent manager, men gonna start back up. Because them know the Man United careers on the line now. And I'm not talking about those who contract up and who leaving, because them fellas done gone already,
Yeah.
So this interim thing mess with me bad all here. Trust me.
Yeah. We didn't, because I would have say, fellas, that, you know what I mean, I kind of just only get about 10 minutes in the game. So the second half, I get to the second
They
half.
didn't need to see no more.
The
Now.
second half, Nico, if I could jump on, right?
Go ahead.
The second half, in terms of the structure of Man United, was much better.
It was better.
It was much better. I mean, and
And
I'm
if
saying
we
that.
if we had Ronaldo up front to get them kind of chances Rashford get.
Yeah, because I
think
really
that'd be
think.
4-1.
Well, at that
Probably
point
would
in
have
time
been
was
four. It would have been no. It would not be four. If we had
at that
scored
point
them
in time
two
it was
chances,
2-0.
it
It
would
was
have been
2-0.
four.
It was 2-0, might have come down to a
It
2-1.
would have been no. Dan, if we had put in them 2 goals and it was early,
What was the
it
other
could have made
chance?
a difference.
What was the other one, Chef? I remember
Sancho had a chance, and I know
Sancho had a chance.
Rashford had the
Rashford had a
chance.
chance. Bruno had a chance where he could have made a better pass on to goal.
like Rashford could have chipped Allison, and it would have gone in.
Dan,
Yeah, that's the chance I know. That's the chance I
Salah
know.
show Rashford how to chip.
But what I was saying, right, Nico, the second half, and it goes to show that this team, somebody talk about, I don't know if it's you, Nico, talk about IQ, right? We do not know how to play any formation other than a 40 back.
Yeah.
Right? Because with that 40 back, you start to actually see, you know, like we start to look like we could play football now, boy.
Yeah.
Now with misfiring forwards, anytime the ball reaches the final third, we know we go flop, right? But in terms of trying to kind of impose ourselves on the game, and then probably that could kind of go toward Liverpool kind of taking their foot off the gas, right? We saw a little more even game in terms of possession and something trying to happen. Even though Liverpool would have dealt with every threat that we pretty easily. But what I want to point out, right, is how easily one passenger play break down our defense. And that's how I can't remember who scored that goal. That was Salah goal.
Mane
goal.
The
third goal.
Yeah, I see that
How
goal.
easy that pass, that
easy.
one pass, and we trying all how huffing and puffing and can't even get nothing inside their box.
And
one passenger play, and our defense gets skin open.
Yeah, because
Ralph
Ralph would have said that.
something.
Ralph said that there are pressing zones that Liverpool press in that to avoid these things. And he said the 12 and 15 yard pass to Ilanga was one. He said Ilanga ran the ball over his head to run on to, and that is what would have been coached. He said doing that is like playing into Liverpool hands, and that was done.
Yeah.
And as it happened, goal score.
Yeah.
You want to know what would have been a bit more impressive from us, because there's a difference between pressing and following. I'd rather you follow and keep your man than press, because you will more start to follow your man when the opposition comes into your half, right? But from the time you're pressing the opposition players, right? Van Dijk and Matip and TAA and also the left back, they're accustomed to other teams. Yeah, Robertson. They're accustomed to other teams trying to press. Not Pep Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp has prepared them for that for years now, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on. Jody saying something here. Reem, that interim manager, was what the club needed. All the cracks was exposed, and I mean the players and their mentality. And this is a good point, because some of these players. No, because some of these players, let me say, if we did, I don't know, maybe we'd bring in somebody might have show good for now.
Actually,
January window with a pass, right? Then they play good up to that point. Then we'd have say maybe it's fatigue because it was looking good up to after the January transfer window, and then after the summer when we say, well, all right, then fellas go do good, is rubbish again.
I not disagreeing with Jody, right? But I could play a little devil's advocate. How come when Chelsea fire Frank Lampard, they didn't bring in an interim manager?
Yeah. I think, but
you know why? Because they wanted immediate change.
And only that, maybe their structure from the top in order.
There wasn't mincing around. It was one or two things I would say to what Phil just said. They wanted immediate results because that is Chelsea. Chelsea is very goal oriented. They want results. Yeah. And two, they get an opportunity to sign a proper coach.
Right. Yeah. You're right, Simeon saying but it's how Maguire went to direct the defense while marking nobody, playing outside.
That's every game. That's every game.
That,
That's every game.
Nothing new, boy. Nothing new.
That's
Every
every
game.
game. That's every game since that's every game since 2020, 2021, boy.
Yeah, and
every
as you
game.
say, he's still getting picked in the 11 every game. So that means he is so bad, right?
Yeah, that's
That
exactly
man,
what I
he a real belly, you know.
crap he will go on TV and say.
That man
Hey,
a real
Ollie,
belly to say
this
that, you know.
man-
Worst, you
this
leading
man
the
making
worst
my boil
United
blood-
team in
my blood boil
history. You leading the worst United team in history to absolute failure, and that's what you gonna say?
Yeah, boy.
You're supposed to be diving and dustbin and hiding by.
Oh, let me ask
Just
you
ask
two
for
things.
next question. Next question, please.
Go ahead, chef.
Ask you two things. Somebody keep on, well, not somebody, a few people keep on saying that Manchester look better under Ole. That one. I want to ask if Ole agree with that. And let me deal with that one first. Let me deal with that.
Yeah.
Say that one again, chef. Say that one again, chef.
Did we look better under Ole?
Oh, all right.
I could start it.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, Reem, go.
Yeah, I think it's at a certain level of loyalty the players had to Ollie, right? So they played for him, right? And you would have seen some of the and when I say best, I put it in quotes because the best for them may not be the best for the team, right?
Right.
But you would have seen some of the better performances from the likes of Bruno, Rashford, because they really believed in the manager because the manager gave them that kind of autonomy to more or less do what you want now, go out there and express yourself. One of Ollie's favorite quotes, right?
Yeah.
But when a manager comes in and say, well, no,
Actual
do
structure.
this, do that, then the guys were getting showed up now. And then now confidence had to take a hit because they couldn't follow instructions, and that's why the team were getting impacted.
The only player that has improved from under Ole that's under Ralph right now is Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing too. Do y'all think that we badly not a fit team? Then I find like we have no fitness.
I think we fit in them. But the thing is, everybody pulling in a different direction now. There's no unison. There's no unison within the squad.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm not working hard here to press
I watching some men. I
He
watching
pressing
men
alone.
blowing.
Yes,
He
he
pressing
I
alone.
watching men blowing hard today.
And then
I
his
said to
space vacant. So now he has to try to get back. We are another team, and I might have filled that gap for him. So you don't have to do all our work. So I think it's just we're not playing.
You want to know what's totally like pissed me off? I do it all the time because I just love this club, right? I would see a notification from Man United showing us these training videos, and everybody's in quarantine training, and everybody's like making sport, and everybody's happy, and everybody's like nutmegging each other, and that brings a sort of joy to me, right? And then all it takes is the weekend for that joy to go away. And I like a blasted idiot that just watch the training videos all the time, and I get so happy. And then when Saturday come or Sunday come, we back on all they talking the same bullshit about this team all the time.
And Ed, they love to show us the ball movement in a triangle.
The rondos. But Phil, I gotta tell you something, I kind of was intentional. Every time I see the notification, I used to want to watch it, and I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
You understand? Because
you're not training me up.
Yeah, because all looking like ballers in training.
Yeah.
And then when I go on the field, and Ralph said, Ralph was talking about Ralph was talking about Rashford, and he's saying Rashford, the coaches when they meet after training, they'll be talking about how well Rashford was in training. But we don't know what's going on in games. So we have a training champs. We know it's our men who doing freaking training.
No training champs. When you look at the team on a whole, look at how Liverpool would have run rings around us. So Rashford could afford to run rings around these fellas in training. So
correct.
He training against nobody.
Correct.
So if he was training against players from Liverpool, players from City, players from wherever,
Norwich, right?
Then
And
you look like rubbish in
and
training.
when some of these guys finish training after playing like a low 7-on-7 or 5-on-5, they go into Instagram and saying, winning team,
Winning team.
tagging
Hey,
everybody in the photo. Well,
hey.
that just pissed me off, boy.
Let me get somebody comments here and then we go start to wrap it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody, stop it now. Oh God, Dream sent me something. He said monkey is Munchie. Wait, I just pronounce it. Wanna keep
Munchie.
Martial. Wanna keep Martial in Sevilla. Alright.
Martial not
Simeon
playing in
said,
Sevilla.
this team was
Nah, they
built
can't afford him. He's too expensive.
by Oli counter-attacking football. And this is the thing, you can't say we play counter-attacking football and we played Maguire. By Maguire, it can't be counter-attacking football we playing. Right? We are the
I want to say something, and this is something that get me mad with men since Oli. Counter-attacking football is not a strategy. Men need to get that shit out of the head. That is not a strat. If you telling me my plan A is to go in a game and counter-attack, then he's an idiot.
plan. But that was Mourinho plan. That's Mourinho plan with
Nah.
Porto.
No. That is not
plan
nah.
with Chelsea.
Please don't know it.
Mourinho plan with Inter Milan.
I think
Right?
Diego
So
Simeone
when
after
bro,
the
the
So,
Champions
Chef,
League with
what
Inter Milan,
Let me
was
tell you
Mourinho's
something.
plan?
Manchester United don't have the players to you know what that is? That is holding your line of defense, hold your midfielders, then you're able to get the ball, move it fast to your wingers to counter.
But that
Manchester United cannot play that football.
Well, this one, right? This current team now.
Boy, I talk about this one last year before that.
Because the year before that's when Oli had just come in and he buy Bissaka and James. We played a very, very good counter-attacking game.
Yeah. That was the
For
only
how
game we
long?
could play. That's why we could have beat City and them.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody go play counter-attacking
I
football.
want to say something to the men who talk about we finished second last year. We finished second last year, not due to our brilliance. Real talk.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I agree with that.
We finished second due to Liverpool and Chelsea and them other teams having off years. That is why our point tally was so low. So stop that nonsense trying to tell me that we finished second last year. Stop along with this
with
talk.
regards to counter-attacking, right? Look, you as a manager, when you go up against certain teams, you know you can't play your football, right? If the Man United of now had to go up against Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, we can't press them.
Of course.
We can't press them.
No.
We got sit back and sit back and soak up the pressure, right? At the end of the day, you have your plan A, right? Plan A will work for maybe 30 of the teams in the Prem.
Yep.
Right? But when you come up against your Liverpools,
A proper team, a running team.
You got to adjust.
You
You have to adjust. You have to adjust, and that has been the biggest problem with our team. Our lack. You know when we adjust when we down two goals.
Yeah.
No, but I remember when we were playing under Jose, and we were asking ourselves, why it is we sitting back against teams that we're supposed to be able to possess the ball better than.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? And that was simply because Mourinho he always believed in forcing errors. He said I remember he said the team that has the ball is the team that is more likely to make an error. That is how he used to see it.
He's a seer.
Yeah, that's how he used to see it. So that is why he never really built a team to possess the ball.
But
he more
that
for quick
being
transitions and faster playing, breaking, pressing.
But you know what you always had? You always had ball winners. Because eventually
you have to have it in that system and fast.
You have to. Because
you had clinical players too. Like Lampard and them fellas, you had clinical players.
Of course.
Lampard,
so from the time you win that ball, that ball gone.
One chance, one goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Callum saying once Maguire, Callum boy, fed up beat this Maguire.
I don't want to talk about Harry Maguire again.
Full of that. Reem, you have to tell Big Phil how I does do it. I reached the point where with
This
this
crop of
crop
players.
of players that does not even impress me
When
anymore.
when closing thoughts come, I can show you the new Man United. I can show you the new Man United.
Today, front four for Liverpool was Salah, Mane, Diaz, oh God, Maguire. Let's stop it now.
You really like this Maguire, boy.
Yeah.
Training
Yeah,
FC, social media FC. Yeah, you're right,
Social
but
media,
you're right.
It can be battle of the social media accounts come this Saturday at 7:30.
Oh God, let me next question.
Callum,
Next question.
stop it now. Callum didn't see the game today. How Jones look? I don't know. He gets
Yeah,
some.
he look good. He look good.
He lasts 45 minutes.
Use your imagination. That's all. It's
He lasts 45 minutes,
Yeah.
Callum.
So that acting football is a strategy, sir. It just shouldn't be the United way.
It's a strategy, but it's not a tactic, right?
It's thank you, Phil.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
It's a strategy.
Thank you, Phil.
Right.
No,
Definitely agree with
well, the tactic is how you execute it.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef, it is. If that takes me, win 8 games, I take in that. I guess I'm attacking football. Right? That will we come to now. That will be as United fans come to. We just don't care about how we
That
win.
is really the new Arsenal, you know.
Bye for Captain Harry for cleaner. Hey. Yeah, hey Nicholas
that's-
Mark. Hey, good night, man.
Yeah, man,
We
good
do
night.
not need star players. We need players who want to play for Manchester United. No
That's
players in the
all.
club. And not only
But
that,
we've been
not only
saying-
that.
Tell
but
them,
players
Nico.
who
Tell
fit
them.
the profile.
Tell them, Nico.
No, that for me, right? You don't need to be a star player, right?
Right.
And it's
Right.
not about playing for Manchester United.
Right.
But for me, is we identify a style and a brand of football we want to play, and we
Yeah.
get the players to fit that system.
Quality
And
players
here's
to play
the
system.
Let me add to that. You have to have players with a football IQ to understand this is a manager's philosophy and
Exactly.
this is how we're going to play. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't work all the time, you know, but eventually practice brings perfect and practice will eventually bring excellence. Klopp get, you feel Klopp, Liverpool now start to run so? Klopp was, you remember, we didn't even show Klopp what I see 2 years in Liverpool.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
I can't think of any. I can think of probably like 3 or 4 star players that we signed under Sir Alex Ferguson from like 2000 to when he left, and that's like Van
Van
Persie,
Persie.
Cantona, and
Berbatov.
we made star
Oh,
players.
you're talking about okay. No, but we
No, that we went out and buy.
even if you choose Rooney, well, but
No,
still,
Rooney-
even-
we
even-
made-
didn't buy Rooney, no star.
Rooney
We didn't buy
wasn't
Rooney.
Rooney.
But Rooney
Yeah.
was
Rooney
a star,
become
boy.
Rooney by us.
Nah.
Rooney was a Rooney.
Nah.
Rooney was a star.
Rooney has a 17-year-old breakout and scored 1 goal against Arsenal, and they told him he has star.
No, but Rooney
Bruh.
scores every weekend.
Rooney-
But he
Rooney
came out and
Rooney was
promising.
Rooney was good at Everton.
We did
Rooney come Rooney at Manchester United.
Correct.
Try
Correct.
your best
Rooney was
with that.
not-
though.
Yeah,
Nico,
Rooney
Nico,
was no big player at
No, but
Everton.
he
He was
was-
good.
he was-
He was
I
promising.
wanted
He
him.
was promising.
He was
promising at Everton.
very promising.
And
We
all our
have
United
never,
fans
we have never
wanted
been
Rooney.
known. We have never been known to buy star players. We buy starlets.
Yeah.
Dan, we don't buy star players. We just buy star players and they don't work out.
Correct.
Veron,
Correct.
Veron
the,
was
the-
still better than everything we have right now, boy.
Yeah.
I think Veron over
Yeah,
everything
correct.
we have right now.
Of course.
I think
Yeah.
Veron even over Pogba. Being honest,
How long Veron stayed at Man United?
you mean about 3 years?
but
So we went
I've
to
taken-
London,
I've taken-
London.
I've
Without
taken
Veron,
that. I've taken that 3.
Aye.
That subpar 3 years from Veron.
That's
No.
me. Right now, I taken Macheda over Rashford.
Yeah.
And that desperate.
I think Cleberson. Over McTominay. Yeah, that's Jemba. Over
Oh, God.
Fred.
Nah.
Dan, you're right.
Jama, two
Tiffany Barrett.
good games for Man United. 2 good games. Nico, I'm to you.
Hey, Anderson.
Nah.
I think Anderson nobody we all present the whole midfield.
I taken Anderson.
Yeah,
Eh?
I would say
But
Anderson.
Anderson was a hustler.
I would say Anderson.
Anderson was my player. I like Anderson too bad.
Boy,
Yeah, you know.
I wish we had Raphael and his brother, the twin back right now,
Yeah,
playing left
yeah,
back,
boy.
right back.
Yeah,
I feel even now,
what's
them
my-
fellas could come and do a better job.
Yeah, boy.
But them fellas still playing
Jody-
But
football.
you didn't see Raphael playing it was for Leon or one of them?
Nah, he playing in Brazil now. He gone back in
He
Brazil.
go back Brazil.
No, but
Yeah.
Raphael
Go
was
back
at,
Brazil, okay.
Raphael
He was at Leon, and then he went
Yeah, he's now going back
Başakşehir,
Brazil.
and he now going back Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Jody, they wait about you know. You understand? Oh gosh, fellas, so I just went in, and this is the therapy session. They wait
Yeah,
about
man.
by
That's what we
Waiting,
say. This is
waiting.
therapy
Chef, you
session.
go tell me. You go tell me. Chef,
Chef,
you go tell
watch
me.
me.
that
All
I
if I see Chef last show and this show, they go see Chef benefiting from
I'm
his therapy.
telling you. Right?
Tell you, I come.
I'm rooting for him. Wasn't that impressed? But his hard fouls, I think that is
Mental.
Hannibal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put a smile on my face, you know. He and by he kick.
Dan,
Complete my team.
no. Dan, sometimes men might say, well, right, he had a little temper. But hear what? Them fellas and them is Manchester United true and true and true, you know. Them grew up hating Liverpool, you know.
Mhm.
So
But-
I finally making my debut, or I finally getting a chance for the big side. And it's because Liverpool doing me what we want. Well, hear what?
Yeah.
I'm taking that card, you know.
Yeah. Because
But to
to be
remind
honest, as much as he have a temper, I saw when the youth team played in the UEFA Youth Cup, right?
Right.
And they played against Borussia Dortmund. He was the captain of the team.
Yeah.
And the team was down. And I tell you, he took that team and he scruff on the neck.
Dan,
Under pressure, 2-1
Yep.
down. Right? And you saw his quality, and he brought them back. Right? He helped bring them back to 2-1 and then them losing on penalties. That was this season.
Yeah.
And
Dan,
you
that
didn't-
man,
you did- and it
very
didn't see
bad.
that temper, eh? So maybe
But-
that temper was because, as Chef saying, you know, that rivalry.
Yes,
with
Dan,
Liverpool.
because he was feeling disrespected.
Yeah, but he looked very in the.
Nah, that youth man had thing though.
But when Nico, I just want to
Uh-huh.
touch on this question here and ask
Yeah.
earlier. Cause I know time on we, right?
Yeah.
But all you feel that the players, right, they see the state of the club from much closer than us, and they
Than
kind
us,
of just
yeah.
fed up. Them just fed up too, boy. All you feel them fellas with 3 points, them just fed up too, boy.
Dan, so here's my thing, eh?
I just trying to understand. I just trying to,
No,
in my mind
because
find a way
I
to.
understand. Read my understanding, you know.
But
I
then
don't
hear
know.
what? Tell them you don't get paid then. Tell them
That's
hear
it.
what? If you're fed up, hear what? You see my salary that coming in the bank, I fed up all your doping.
Dan, I just
Nah,
don't
pay me,
understand that
but
though.
sell me
I
more somewhere
understand
else.
because them
You
seeing
can get that salary.
more than us. Fine, I get that.
Yeah.
But Dan, all you're getting paid $200,000-300,000
Sometimes
to play
that's not the-
one boy.
Even
Sometimes that is not the, you see, sometimes
even-
already
even if
money
it's
is
a
not the
dollar.
thing, you know. The
Even
money
if
is
it's
not
a
the
dollar.
issue.
Even if it's $1 and you're fed up, don't take the dollar.
No, but
Say,
Nico,
I'm fed up
sometimes,
all
right?
year and I'm not taking the dollar.
But hear this, right? Sometimes the
Because
money.
if you want to take the dollar and
So Reem, you're trying to say, okay, I there, and I don't like how things going. So I'll just play shit.
No, I ain't
Yeah,
saying
that-
that. I ain't saying that.
That don't make sense. I'm a
No.
point.
No, what I mean, right? It's like you're seeing clubs are wrong here. Clubs that you were better than. You know, the state of the football improving. You're seeing them fellas enjoying the football. You know, and a lot had to do with what coming from on top, right? And you there at this club that's supposed to be this prestigious club with so much history, and you're not things that's supposed to be happening, it's not happening. It got discouraged here. So the motivation to go to work, right? It wouldn't be there. So it's just like you're just going through the routine. Remember?
Yeah.
Them boy and them is human beings too now, boy. And I
But
just
Dan,
saying,
okay,
if I watching,
okay, fine. You're going through the routine, but you still have the balls to demand for 500,000.
well,
from
it's
the
not my
same
fault
club?
it's not my fault you paying me. It's not my
Nah,
fault. But what I'm saying is, I have
nah,
ambitions too.
that's
I have
something.
so what I'm supposed to
Well,
do?
if-
Not take my
well,
salary?
well, yeah.
No,
If you have ambition,
if
no,
you're
but
it's not my
strong
fault.
ambition.
It's not
If
my
you have
fault.
ambition.
It's not my no. But what I'm saying is not my fault that the club not trying to get the club, the owners that is not doing enough to get the club at the level, because I can't play against 11 men. I could do my
But
best,
you
right?
cut down tools, you cut down
All right,
tools,
I
you cut
understand
down
that.
personal
But
level,
remember we
personal
do-
level.
but
If you
remember-
work for a company and you like the direction they're going, but they're paying you every month, you go down tools and say, well, that's
Well, why am I do? I might just do the bare minimum.
Well,
Right?
guys, all right.
I've
I'm
been
taking
real
your
with
bare
you.
minimum.
My bare
But you
minimum
let
is the
me
shop
go back
chef.
to that.
One jog on the field. This is
But
one
that's what
jog
we
on
seen
the
happening.
Dan,
That's what we seen happening.
let me tell you something, eh? One of the best statements Mourinho ever said, and men did not agree with it, but I bet they could agree with it now. Paul Pogba is a tournament player. And people didn't understand what he
Come on, man.
said
I don't
by
agree with that, man.
that is a fact.
We
That's
had to see
happening, you
Pogba
know.
next
That
season, boy.
happened in when he was in
Dan,
Italy, chef.
We had to see
what?
that next year. Where the cut
When
next
he
year?
was in
You
Italy
saw
for
Pogba.
the 3 years he was in
Number,
Let me
Italy.
you
wrap it.
saw
Let me
Pogba.
wrap it,
Dan,
guys.
it's not no Pogba getting injured all the time, so eh?
But I guess ask him when he was in Italy, right, for Juventus.
Uh-huh.
That
He wasn't
apply
playing
to
for
that?
France as much. He was not
What?
playing for France as much. Check
He has
it.
no break. He
I
has
got-
no breaking into the French national team.
He was not playing for France as much.
But your argument is he's a tournament player, right?
He is a tournament player because
But
here's
what I'm
what
saying,
a tournament is a couple of weeks. You don't have to and then the structure and the I want to say the discipline that you have to play at a tournament in composed to a league over a long period is completely different. Eh?
right?
A
I don't.
manager,
All right, I can accept that. What I'm saying is, I think what I think people mean is Pogba is not the a leader in a team. He's not the kind
he's
of player
not.
to take
He's not. And
everybody on
that's
his
what people
shoulder
have been saying.
and carry
That
a team. That's not what Pogba is. But to say that he's a tournament player,
he's a tournament player.
I see Pogba fitting well in a team that organized.
We still have to see that. We're gonna see that next.
But it's happening in Juventus
season.
for 3 seasons he was there.
So Pogba,
But the players are around the
actually
like, and I guess
Pogba
I was
actually
talking about.
made the France. Pogba actually made the France squad his second season at Juventus.
And how much? Okay, so how much seasons he played in Juventus? 3 or 4.
4, I think 4.
So for 2 years, and they make Juventus pick Champions League final, all kind of thing with the man in the team. All I saying is Pogba came back to Man United, and we expected Pogba to carry the team on his back, and he's not that kind of player.
Gentlemen, we could talk. We could continue to talk all night, right?
Yeah.
But we have a game against Arsenal coming.
When is
And
that
we'll
game?
continue this talk. Right?
When is that game?
In 4 days'
Right.
time, so that's Saturday.
Saturday.
So we will continue this talk
Saturday,
on Saturday.
Saturday, I have football.
All right. Well,
All right,
you could
chef, all right.
duck in. You could duck in. So
As a matter of fact, I will duck in.
right, you could duck in.
I'll go live and show all you how a Manchester-related team does really play.
Right. You will tell me the score. You want to know the score. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Against Arsenal, 2-2.
All right. Well, I can't call no score now, but all right.
2-2.
Yeah. Reem, any prediction on your side?
I want to see Arsenal have any game before Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow Chelsea.
They're
Yeah,
playing
I wanna see that
Chelsea
game.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
They
I wanna see that.
have a cocktail to get tomorrow.
After I see that game, I go know how I'm feeling about Chelsea, about the Arsenal game, because right
Nah,
now
Arsenal dead tomorrow.
watch me here what I telling you, right? Any team beating Man United right now.
Yeah,
Of
well,
course.
As bad as Arsenal is, and Phil, I know we lost against Arsenal, but trust me.
No, but we
I
agree.
Skin me out, boy. No, it's Nelly skin me out, boy.
You understand?
No, but that's
so,
a fact. Anybody beating me right now.
Yeah, so do I want us to win the game? Yes. But how
Of
I feel
course.
about that game? Nah, baby.
Phil?
So yeah, I'll take my tour.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but when we play Arsenal, I mean, both teams are literally like this here. There's the combined 11 for Arsenal. Combined 11 for Arsenal and Manchester United right here. Right? Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, and
Oh my
White.
gosh.
There's the combined 11 for Arsenal right here.
Look at you had Xhaka, you had Lacazette.
Lacazette,
Hey,
El
that's
Neni, Everybody, combine 11 for
Bruno,
Arsenal, Manchester United right
I feel
here.
Bruno is the one with the yellow hair sticking up with the blue eyes. What
Right,
you
Johnny
call that?
Bravo?
Yeah.
No, next to Johnny Bravo.
Oh, my
Oh,
You
the
know,
you.
Bruno just be whining.
Yeah. Wait,
But
Nico,
I'm
be
feeling
careful. Be careful,
Hey.
Nico. Females might be watching this show.
No, but I apologize. Hey, let me wrap it right. Yeah? Hey, guys, thanks again for the for touching into All United. It was fun again. I think all who came stressed, definitely be going back. Going to your beds now a little less stressed, and all thanks to All United, and we'll continue to
Yeah,
do
man.
this for the fans, to at least have a venue to vent until Ten Hag come and start to work his magic, and hopefully we can come here and see 40, 50 people on the live, enjoying the performances now.
Yeah.
So so Reem, you ended? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right. So on behalf of All in All United, until the next one.